Alright man, so don't be turned off by this video. I filmed this first part with the front-facing camera. Just want to kind of show what a 1-year 500-day wear looks like. These are the Uniqlo Slim Straight Kaihara Selvedge, whatever you want to call it. And I wore these pretty much every day, and I wore these in more countries than, than I can really list. I mean, I started wearing these in London, took them to Paris, Norway, Poland, Spain, anywhere you can imagine, man. Like, these are my day-to-day beaters. They're summer, winter. Yeah, so it was pretty emotional kind of passing on these. I know you can really see the heavy fades on the front, on the seat, on the honeycombs, everything. So when you kind of see how the indigo is kind of faded off these relatively cheap jeans, it almost looks like a pair of APCs, and that's kind of why I bought them. So I'm not an expert cameraman. You can kind of see right off the jump that my pan here, oh, there we go, messed up again. Let's try. Top down. And we messed up again. But yeah, like, we're still rolling with it. I mean, you can really see the amount of love and time that went into these jeans, so it's kind of emotional washing them. I had a bit of a delayed process and, kind of getting to the actual wash. Yeah, so starting by turning it inside out, it's pretty rough because those cuffs have been there almost a year. Like, I went from pin rolls to tight cuffs to very loose cuffs back to really tight cuffs. As the jeans kind of stretched out, I just got more and more narrow with those cuffs, and you could really see, like, these jeans have kind of become a part of my size. They don't look anything like stock. They look basically tailored for my body and just really great jeans. So yeah, you can really look at those back of the legs, the honeycombs deep set in there, almost like cuts. Those pockets faded to all hell. Got the little Uniqlo branding, a little bit dirty on those pockets, kind of embarrassing, but you know how it is, 500 days of wear, so it is what it is. Yeah, so let's get to washing these. Did a quick pre-soak, hit it with some water real quick. Yeah, just in the shower, it's really low pressure, hot water. You can't really tell, but I'm actually wincing a little bit. You can't see my grimace, maybe you can through the reflection on that shower head, but yeah, it's hella hot water, 48 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty brutal out there. It's like almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit, hot ass water, but you'll see in a sec, like, it really gets the grime out, or a lot of that kind of cosmetic wear dirt out, even though they're inside out. I mean, I think there's something about the starch just kind of stops these from getting really smelly, so you can never really tell when these are dirty. It kind of sticks to the outside, the jeans, and you'll see right here, look, watch closely. As I lift these up, yeah, there's just a big wave of dirt sliding right off the bottom of these jeans. So yeah, it's it's a real mess, but let's get right into the next step here, because this is where it gets messy. You can see I only have a shower, so I'm filling up a bucket, and this is a mop bucket. This is not nothing fancy here. It's pretty big. It's about, say, what, 3 gallons, maybe 4 gallons. I'm not really sure. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going back to double check this. This is a pretty simple, straightforward thing. Yeah, just listen to the sweet sounds of this filling up for a sec. So I came back with a Tide Pod, or a knockoff Tide Pod. Obviously not the best. You probably want liquid soap for this. You want something that's going to dissolve down really quickly, but I'm a pro. I've been doing this for a minute. Yeah, it's I'm going to break that up, swish it around a bit, get that bucket about 3/4 of the way full. Not too full, because you gotta, it's gonna offset the jeans. It's gonna fill up a bit. I saw a bit of soap scum on the side. That's cool, whatever, let that mix in a little bit. Yeah, we're not fancy here. It's gonna go through a couple of stages of the wash. Sorry in advance for how dirty the shower is, though. I mean, you can tell I really didn't clean that. Has a bit of soap scum on the side. It's all good. So yeah, we're just gonna dip those jeans right in there. Let the splash around a bit. I know this is a long stretch of the video, but let me just get those sounds, you know. So you can actually see the water's getting slightly murkier every single time I swish those jeans around. Just kind of agitate them in this hot water. Now, remember, this is still 48-degree water, so it's not really that bad. Gets cooler and cooler with those jeans every single pass. You can really feel that dirt kind of coming out, indigo, all kinds of things. And, you know, while this is the first pass, a lot of people don't really recognize that in a bucket, you really lose a lot less indigo this way. So if you want a relatively dark wash, this is the way to do it. Just for show right here, you can kind of see how much is really coming off these jeans. Yeah, get right in there. Try and get the maximum amount of dirt out. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful selvage. Clean those pockets out a little bit. You know, I already did a bit of a sweep beforehand, got whatever dust and lint and stuff out. Back to splashing around. You know, this is how they used to wash clothes back in the day. I'm going to be honest with you. It's low-key kind of dirty. Makes you want to use a washing machine. Take a look at this. Look how dirty that water is. Hella dirty. All right, let's take a step back. We're going to take this out. Actually, we should show you what it looks like. I was going to pour it out. I actually stopped myself. Yeah. We're going to let it sit for a bit, and I'm just going to show you how actually dirty this water is, or how much has come off of it with just a couple of passes. So let it soak for a couple minutes. Here we go. There's no time lapse here, obviously. I'm kind of bad with video editing, but yeah. We've come back, and you can really see how the indigo is sitting on the top of the water and the dirt is kind of sinking to the bottom. It's not hella overtly dirty, and you can, yeah, this is like a lot of gray, a lot of blue, not a whole lot of brown and a whole lot of gray in there. It's definitely a lot of indigo. So let's drop this murky ass water out. Don't want okay, there we go. That's me resetting the tripod. Let's give it another pass. So I actually poured out the water right there, and you know, this is kind of my secret sauce. I like to add a bit of, I guess, conditioned or skin-safe soap. Gives it a nice sense, a little bit different. You know, you don't wash these things often, so you gotta really love them. Yeah, and this kind of makes the fabric a little bit softer. I mean, because you're going to be air drying it outside, you're not really going to have the chance to put in fabric softener or anything like that. Obviously, you can get soap with fabric softener, but this kind of works better. I don't know. I feel like it gets a lot of the stiffness out when you do it very thoroughly, so I'm going to go back, agitate this one more time with that body soap. That's what we're going to go with. So you can see I stay splashing around in this water for a bit. You know, again, this is back with the hot water, the 48-degree water, nothing colder. You know, a lot of people like to go cold wash or whatever, like seawater wash, but I feel like, you know, it doesn't really do the jeans any favors. They don't really last much longer. If you're washing in cold water constantly, the stiffer they are, the more they kind of rip on those stress points. So, you know, between the thighs, on the crotch. They tend to blow out a lot if you wash in cold water, so I like to just go all the way, just get those kind of in. And yeah, here we go. We're just dumping the last of that out. You can really see there isn't very much dirt left after all these passes. It's not something you have to worry about too much. Yeah, it's a lot of indigo, lots of grayness. Yeah, let's give this one more drop in that bucket. Nah. So I'm actually going to hang these up and I'll give them a little rinse. Get that soap out, get the bucket out of there. Just give me 1 sec. Yeah. So I want to prop those back up after hanging for a few minutes. Just wanted to let them kind of, let whatever soap and indigo was left on there kind of fall off by itself. And now I'm just going to give it another quick rinse. 40 degrees, low pressure, not too much stress on it. You can really see those honeycombs are stuck in there. They're literally knifed in. They're carved into that denim now. You can see my shape hasn't really changed either. Like, they've really, really kept my shape by washing in hot water. And yeah, normally if you washed in cold, they would expand outwards, or they'll get kind of crinkly around those areas. But here, not too much starch left in them. This is just me wringing them out. Dumping the rest of the water right into the drain. Time to air dry. So this is my balcony. You can see the garbage bag. I'm not too sophisticated when it comes to leaving stuff outside, but here we go. Just hanging it right on that right on that balcony. A bit risky business, but it is what it is. Yeah, gotta kind of leave these things overnight. They take a while to dry, but if you're as lucky as me, you had a relatively clear day, dry day. Yeah, bit of wind, and we tried to get artsy with this shot, but this is an iPhone 6, so it is what it is. Here's the end product. So we're gonna come back a day later. Obviously I moved it around a bit, got rid of my garbage, whatever, and we're gonna take them back. Bring them back from inside out. They're completely dry at this point. Basically, the waste probably still has a little bit of dampness on it, but not very much. Yeah, you can really see how these have faded so heavily in the seat, on the honeycombs especially. They faded really, really great for a budget jean. For 36 US dollars, whatever they cost in your region. They can't be more than 40, 50, 60 bucks max. They look really great. And I'm really happy with how these came out, and it was definitely, I'm so happy I can keep wearing these for another year or so to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, if you like this, don't have to subscribe because I don't have very much content, but I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Thanks again.